live from the heart of Northwood Hills and Atlanta, Georgia. Hour 1 of the McMahon Johnson begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable, and adorable host.
Senior political commentator over controversial comments he made about Native American culture. But CNN is letting Chris Cuomo keep his primetime spot, despite the anchor's recent admission that he joins strategy calls about his brother, who happens to be the governor of New York, and the sexual harassment allegations against him. Cuomo explains it away to his viewers in this manner. Watch.
My family means everything to me, and I am fiercely loyal to them. Being looped into calls with other friends of his and advisors that did include some of his staff, I understand why that was a problem for CNN. It was a mistake because I put my colleagues here, who I believe are the best in the business, in a bad spot.
Joe Concha, take it away.
So Chris Cuomo is fiercely loyal to his family. Okay, go work for your brother then. You already do already. Might as well get paid for that aspect. That's what's unbelievable about this, right? Or go work for the DNC or run for office yourself. There's a mayor's race that's going to be coming up soon. Get out of TV.
His national security team, our national security advisor, Jake Sullivan.
Actions, is the U.S. working with NATO? What's the president's approach right now in response to what occurred over the weekend?
Sure. Well, first let me say the president was briefed. He's been kept abreast, of course, but he was briefed this morning during his PDB by his national security team. Our national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, also raised our strong concerns on this issue, the actions of the government of Belarus with the secretary, with his Russian counterpart during their phone call this morning, which we provided a readout of, and it was largely, of course, focused on moving the ball forward on getting to a meeting, but he also raised this issue. We certainly, since you gave me the opportunity to do this, condemn the Lukashenko's regime's ongoing harassment and arbitrary detention of journalists simply for doing their job. This was a shocking act, diverting a flight between 2 EU member states for the apparent purpose of arresting a journalist. It constitutes a brazen affront to international peace and security by the regime. We demand an immediate, international, transparent, and credible investigation of this incident. We are in touch with a range of partners bilaterally and through multilateral channels from NATO, the OSCE, UN, EU, and others, and we have nothing to read out at this point, but we will continue to coordinate closely with them.
No, you get out.
Kawaii. Did I?
What are you doing? sanctions following the forced rerouting of a Ryanair flight in order to capture one of the passengers on board. He is Roman Protasevich, a 26-year-old journalist who's a well-known critic of the Belarus head of state, President Lukashenko, and his regime. The incident was described by Ryanair's boss as state-sponsored hijacking. Now, the Ryanair flight was on its way from Athens to Vilnius in Lithuania when it was forced to divert to Minsk, the capital of Belarus. On arrival there, Mr. Protasevich and his girlfriend were arrested. Now, the British government has ordered planes to avoid Belarus airspace, and member states of the European Union are considering their own response tonight. Our Europe correspondent Jean Mackenzie has the latest.
Armed police greet the arrivals. On board the plane, Belarus is accused of hijacking. All to capture this young man, Roman Protasevich, a journalist and political refugee. He fled Belarus 2 years ago, only to be forced back home yesterday under the most extraordinary circumstances by a regime, he told his